Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Robert's train set. So this is the move part 5, and you'll be pleased to know I'm actually going to start doing some work. You know, I can't now go swimming, I can't go to U3A, I can't go up the pub. I mean, I'm really pleased I've got this project to keep me going, because it's going to be great. And I'm up here and you might think I'm a bit better lit, so I am. I've got the halogen work light up here, and I've also got a little fluorescent there, which doesn't do a lot, but it do. And if I swing round a little bit, I'm trying to be safe. I've got a taller pair of steps, and I've got an even taller pair down in the conservatory if I need it. And what I've decided to do on this, I'm not going to really show you me doing the work. I'm going to do a little bit like this to say what I'm proposing to do very quickly, and then get on with it and turn the camera off. So I hope you don't mind that. I find filming and doing things takes a hell of a lot of time. I'd rather do a bit of filming, get it over with, and then get on with the work. And I think it's safer as well, because you're not thinking about, you know, angles and all this. So plan today is to try and get the two big lights up in the ceiling, so to speak, and get them connected. Whether I'll get that. So it's just coming up to 9:30 on Monday the 23rd of March 2020. And up to this point it's been preparation really. So now need to get on with it. So hope you'll enjoy it. And I'll come back at the end at the end of the day and show you whether I did actually manage to get them lit. At this stage I obviously don't know. So cheers everybody, cheers. Well, welcome back. To you it's a second, to me it's been most of the day. 3:15 in the afternoon now, tea time, when I need that. I have lights. The 2-3 bulb ones, not gone quite according to plan. I think the first thing I'll do is I'll turn off the fluorescent that's above my head, and you'll see something. It's about to go off. As you can see, it's not quite as bright as I thought it would be. You know, having 4, 3, 6 LED lights. Admittedly only 60 watt, or equivalent to 60 watt. And these are basically the same bulbs I had down in the dining room. And when I put those on, they really did quite illuminate it well. So my only assumption is that because everything above it is dark, i.e. the black lining under the tiles and the dark wood of the joists, you don't get so much reflection. So at some stage I may give it a paint. I might not do it white, I might do it that light grey that I bought to do the track with, if you remember. I've still got a lot of that left. So I'll just get the camera off and just show you some of the installation that I've done. But I'm happy. I mean, I've got what I want. It's just not quite the result I wanted. So as you can see, they look quite good, and they look quite bright on here, don't they? You know, and you know, we've got the two of them. Bit out of the ordinary. As you can see, I've run the cables up and over the rafters, down behind the fluorescent, and get in down here. Nice cut nail there, look. Don't use them anymore, do we? And then it comes to the boxes. So this box here is the original box that fed the fluorescent light, and it still does. And the wire that comes into this, which is that one, is actually coming from the light fitting in the bathroom, because that was the nearest access point. And this one going across here is taking power from this one to that one, and then this one's got all the connections for the lights. I'm happy it's worked, and as I say, you know, it's filmable, isn't it? Certainly on this camera. I might film a little bit on my camera that isn't so good in poor light and see what happens with that, and stick it in here, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, so this is today's work. Hopefully I'll start again tomorrow. So that's it for today. I've had enough, and I did find it quite daunting working up at height again after, you know, a long time not really doing it, and also my flaming arms ached. you get out of the you know, the workman muscles, I suppose, and as you can see, I did need my big steps in the end. They did help a lot. So as I gave you that question yesterday, sorry, that question on Wednesday, I'll answer it tomorrow and show you, because I want to get the lines up and get these long beams cut and started fixing. Whether I get them all fixed, I don't know. See how we go, and then the fun will begin. So this is a box where I take the wires from the light fitting to connect up, and then it comes along the rafters to this position where I get power into it, and then it goes to this one for the switch. I've got the 4-gang switch in case I need it, but I'm only using one at the moment, obviously. Well, hello everybody, I hope you can see me in this light. So this is the GoPro type that doesn't perform very well in low light, and if I turn it around gently and aim it down, the layout's going to be about here or so, about there. So as you can see, not very good. Wouldn't be enough to, it would look really, really dark. If I, however, put the fluorescent on, it gets appreciably better, doesn't it? So I think the fluorescent might be staying. I did consider changing it to a LED. I'll think about that, but at the moment we'll leave it. And the advantage of these lights that I've put up is that it does technically illuminate the whole of the loft. You can see in there, albeit not hugely well, but you can. Whereas if I turn the new lights out without falling down the hole, as you can see, it gets very dark over in that corner, doesn't it? So yeah, so even for that it's worth it. And then obviously I do have my halogen work, my what's the name, lights that I've used downstairs, and they illuminate really well. So I don't think there's going to be a lack of light up here, and I've still got 2 other lights that can come up because I don't really need them downstairs, do I? So I think I'm going to be fine for lights. Saying that, then I probably won't use the other ones, and I've lost them. What have I done with the other lights, peoples? Are they down here? Oh, there they are. Yeah, so I've got these single lights that I could use, but I don't think I'm going to need them, to be honest. So yeah, so that's fine, isn't it? But yes, I'm fairly happy. I mean, this is from the other side, obviously where the back seam will be, and as I said, you know, yeah. Well, hello everybody. So this is the next morning, and approximately 20 past 9 in the morning on the 24th, Tuesday the 24th of March, the day all those restrictions came in from Mr. Boris. I think he was right to do it. People just are not doing what they should do for the good of the country, really. It's a shame, really. So I'm sure we will all pull together now. You know, it's been made clear. You know, although, you know, Sports Direct, he thinks he should stay open because the people might want to buy equipment for exercising. What a lot of tosh. whatever. Anyway, so where are we now? Well, it's basically the same as I left it yesterday. And I know you're all absolutely dying to know my method for getting this lot level. And I'm sure most of you already know what it is, but I will show you. And here it is. It's a water level, the old-fashioned water level. And okay, this one's a posh one that I just bought from Lidl's recently. Luckily they had one for sale, so I bought it. But when I was working as a joiner, we just had some tubing really, you know, like the tubing, and then we just keep it all together, maybe with a little wooden bung in it, and that's what we do. And if you take the stops off and let air in, and then move it, I think hopefully you can see that those two levels have come level. And wherever you do it, it does it. It's a magic way, very easy. Now, the problem I've got obviously is in the packaging they say it's better with two people, which it is because you can move it about. But anyway, I've marked a line. So you can see my lines on here. The bottom line is where the timber bearer wants to go, and the little gap there is the thickness of the actual layout that's downstairs, 16mm. I put it at the bottom because I can then fix a bit of timber on here and rest those big bits of timber there without trying to get them in line. So, and I got a level line with my little spirit level that I've got here. Look, nice little short boat shaped one. I've got some bigger ones as well, but it's nice and comfortable to just do it like that. And you can do it upside down, because otherwise if you do it up the right way, you get a big shadow, don't you? So I did that. And as I said, I'm here by me Todd, so it's harder than it would be if I had somebody to help. So what I propose to do, so with my two lines on the support strut, I've now clamped the water level on there, and the level's not right at the moment, but then what I'll do is I'll go over to another thing, cramp a piece on, and then come back and move this bit over a bit. So if that makes sense to you, and I'll do that to all the ones, and then I'll level the line with a little level, and then I can fit my timbers and see how we go. So I'm not going to film any more of this, but you see the principle. But say with two people it would be a lot quicker because you could just both do it at the same time. But that's what we used to do. But I'm here on me Todd, and I've got to improvise, I suppose, haven't I? So I'm going to turn the camera off now, and I'll see you later on today and see what I've managed to get done. Okay, everybody? Cheers. I know I wasn't going to film in between doing the work, but I just thought I'd show you this. It's obviously tea time, so it's a little after, about 25 past 10 in the morning, so I've been going an hour and a quarter or so. So I'll swing round gently, try not to make you all go giddy. The saw's just come into use. So here I am. I've got my bit of timber now. It's not fixed yet because it's too long, but just to show you that it's not always plain sailing. First of all, I don't reckon that's bad for level. What do you think? Oh, I don't think that's bad, so I'm happy with that. But the problem I had, or the problem I've got to overcome, is this. And I'll get through past that sort. So this end is pretty good. If you look at the level, if you can see it, I don't know if you can see it in the light, but that is pretty vertically level, if you get my meaning. But the other end, which is probably going to be even harder to see because there's not a lot of light, but this end looks good, doesn't it? On first sight, it's as good as the other end, but look at my gap all down here. So it's hitting at the bottom and not anywhere else really. So I think all I can do with this is pack it. So put a packer down and then put my screws through and hold it. I don't intend to glue these onto the main timbers, so I think it's a sensible course of action. And if I slide the level across on this particular side, I'm obviously going to have to pack this bit, but I will do a line through to see whether this one's got a bow in it or anything, but I was expecting to pack this out. I did think it would be more than that, but it doesn't look too bad. So anyway, so I just thought I'd show you, and I'm all ready to go the other side with my lines. So when I've got the side you've just seen done, I'll do the same and have a go at this side. It's different this side because if you notice, this piece of centre timber goes from one side up there and it's not actually level or plumb, whereas this one came from the same sort of side. So we'll have to see how we go, won't we? Anyway, I'm going to have my tea now, so I'll see you at the end. I'm back again. I haven't, it's not the end of the day, it's now 11:30, coming up to lunchtime in fact. So as you can see, I've got this fitted here. Pretty big screws, 3" 12s I believe, and what I need to do now is determine the packing that I need here, hopefully keeping this bit straight this way, you know, this way. I got a wedge in there to help keep it upright, and I put a screw right through the middle of it so that it doesn't fall out. Hopefully it might shrink, but we'll have to see. If it moves a bit, I don't think it'll hurt too much. Now what you can see is a bit of wood here with some string through, which goes all the way along here, if you can see it, and another block here. So if you have then another block that is the same, and these are the bits I cut for doing the bit of timber under these to support it. If you then put that in there, I don't know if you can see it, but it's literally probably a mil curled back. So when I get a packer out for this bit, I just need to make it about a mil bigger than it is at the moment. Now it might not work quite so well because the bit I'm fixing it to is a bit flimsy, well, a bit bendy, so it'll only be near enough, but it's not far out. I thought it'd be worse than that, to be honest. So I'll do the same thing over the other side when I get that far, but at the moment, as you can see, nothing done that side yet, so concentrate on one bit at the time. So I'm just going to get a bit of timber to pack out here and get the screws in, and then I'm going to go and have some lunch. So see you later on. Bye. Well, welcome back. So it's now 2:10 in the afternoon, and to be honest, I'm about ready to start bringing the model railway up here. Now you might be surprised by that, but what I don't want to do is to put cross barriers in and screw them and fix them and glue them, and then find that I've put them in the wrong place. So I think the obvious thing to do, well, to me, is to dismantle the layout and bring it up and just dry assemble it really, and see where we are, because obviously I'm going to have problems with the fiddle yard and other bits, I think. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the camera around and I'll just show you where I am at the moment. Okay, So as you can see, I've got the two main side fixings fixed. They're all done. Now you might be a bit surprised about the one in the middle. I did at one stage think of getting a bit more of this big timber and putting one across the ends and then having this sort of down the middle. But I don't really want to do that because I have got stuff under the layout that will probably get in the way. So what I've done is I've built up my two workmates. See, I'm not completely by myself. And I've got the third piece of timber that I ordered there, and it's level. Now I've tried the level all round and it's level near enough spot on, so I'm quite pleased with that. They're not necessarily dead straight, the bits of wood. That one's probably a little bit under still, and this one near me probably is as well, but they're good enough. You know, there's going to be some discrepancies whatever I do. So my plan is I'm going to take a day off from up here tomorrow, and I think while I've got the day I might just do a last running session on the dining room layout. I think what I'll do, I'll probably not do loads of coaches and rolling stock. I'll just run every engine just to see if it still works, because a lot of them have been in the cupboard for a while. So I'll do that and film it a bit, and then I'll either keep that as a separate movie later on, or I'll tack it on to what I do next. So my obvious problem is there's a very nice gentleman over the road that I asked, and he said any time he'll give me a hand up, but we're in different times, aren't we? And this particular gentleman works at the old folks home at the end of the road, so do I want to risk him coming in here and I don't know if I've got it, you know, and give it to him and then all the old people, and I think there's some 100-year-old ladies in that home, so I think what I'm going to have to do is try and see if I can get it up here by myself. After all, the width of the layout is only 4 foot, so we're not going to have our 2 metres separation, are we? Whatever. Anyway, so that's where we are at the moment. I'm quite happy. It's all worked out well. If you're worried that they might move these bearings, I did a tight hole. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but I did a pilot hole, but it was actually smaller than the overall size of the thread. So you screw the whole screw in, and the thread bites on the bit you're screwing to and the bit that you're screwing through. So it can't possibly move, and I've got 4 big screws in each one. Just a hint, if you're trying to do this, and as I found, my screwdriver wasn't quite up to it, a bit of wax on the screws does wonders. Got them all in. So they're all held, and you know, I need to bring this layout up here and see what's what, don't I? So you will have seen number 4 on Wednesday, and I might take a bit of time tomorrow to sort of edit this one a bit, because I think I've probably got enough to finish it with. We'll see how we go. Cheers everybody. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for my new subscribers, and I'll see you next time. Bye.